the economy is a little crazy right now. So I just feel like if I could help y'all. Hey guys, so I'm at the salon and I figured I'd share with you some of my favorites. So let's start with the main event, shampooing. So in order to fully clarify your hair, I always recommend that you use the clarifying shampoo and then you go in with the hydrating shampoo. So the one that I'm using right now is by Matrix and I really like it. It really clarifies the scalp. I also like Biolage, and then there's one by curlyhair as well. You can find those in my Amazon storefront. But I always recommend my clients at least clarify their hair with one shampoo and then go in with a hydrating shampoo. The hydrating shampoo I'm using right now is by Joico, and you can actually find this. Sometimes they sell it in like Marshalls, TJ Maxx. I got mine at Salon Centric or Cosmoprof. Like that's the professional stores you could go to. But this one is also on my Amazon storefront. It's pretty easy to find. And then in terms of hydrating mask, I don't have any on hand because I just ran out. But right now I am using Amika. It's one of my favorite ones, and it's their soul food one. It's like in a colorful orange bottle. And then I also do like Matrix. It's in a green jar. I can't remember what it's called, but I'll put that here as well. So now that I showed y'all all my shampoos and my hair masks, let's go over to the styling products. Okay, so first let's start with blow dries and silk presses. So before I do any blow dry, I like to start off with a really good detangler, which also is a heat protectant as well. And my favorite one is Unite 7 seconds, and it's really, really good. It's a great detangler, super hydrating. And then after I do that, I always go in with either a serum or like something creamy to keep the hair like moist and also protect the hair from heat. So the three that are in my rotation right now is the Amika Superstar Lightweight Hair Styling Oil. And I'll put this on damp hair, and I really don't use that much. I use maybe like 1 to 2 pumps. And then I'll also use the Design Essential Silk Elements. I've been using this for like forever. I like steer away from it, but then I always come back to it because it's just like, it's that girl, you know? And I'll do the same with this one, but this one is a little bit thicker, so I wouldn't use as much with the Design Essentials, where I would use like, you know, a little bit more with the Amika. I tend to use Amika more with finer hair textures, and then with the Design Essential Silk Elements, I like to use this on a little bit people that have a little bit more thicker hair or like coarser texture. And then also if the person has like a little bit more of a coarse texture, I'll mix these two. And this one is the Unite Smooth and Shine Styling Cream. So I'll just take like a dime size amount of this, and then I'll mix it with the Design Essentials and like put that in my client's hair while their hair is damp. And then for extra points, like if you want it to be like super smooth, you can go in with the Camera Blow Dry Spray, and then I also put this in while the hair is damp as well. But this product, I usually take sections and I'll spray this in right before I blow dry it. Let me see, what else do I have? Oh, for finishing products. These are the finishing products I'm using right now. For finishing workable flexible holding spray, I use the Camera one, and this is their working spray, and it's really good because it doesn't make the hair crunchy, but it still gets those flyaways, and it smells good. Whenever I spray this on my clients, they're like, oh my god, what is that? It smells so good. And this one too, this one is also by Camera, but this is their Silkening Mist, and it's just like a brilliant shine spray, so it adds a little bit of shine to your client's hair, like after you style it and stuff like that. And then if you want it to be like super duper shiny, I like to use the Mazzani Shine Extend, and this one is really good. It adds a lot of shine. It is a little bit heavier than the other Kimber one, but it really does give you that glow. Oh, and the last product I want to talk about is the Care Wax Stick. I use this like basically on every client. And I like to apply this a little bit on the edges before I do my heat. So I'll apply it a little bit on their edges, and I'll go in with my flat iron or the hot comb, and it helps seal it in really well. And then at the end, if you have like any flyaways, I'll just take it and I'll rub my hands and then rub the flyaways with my fingers, so that way it's not too heavy when you do it towards the end. And I think that's it, unless y'all want me to go through like flat irons and brushes. I mean, I might as well since I'm here. Right now, the blow dryer I'm using is the, who's this by? Ionic, and it's their Power Light blow dryer. I think it's like maybe like between $100 to $200. I usually use my Parlux blow dryer, but it died on me recently and I haven't replaced it yet. But that's like my tried and true. Like, I love that blow dryer. It never does me wrong. But this one is really good too, and actually this one is a little bit more affordable. So if you're looking for a more affordable option, this one is great as well. Okay, so in terms of flat irons, right now I am using the Ionic flat iron, and it's nice and thin. It's like lightweight, not too heavy. I tend to use this one on my clients with finer hair and who have like more natural texture, and it's not as thick, because this one, it does get hot, but it doesn't get as hot as my other one that I'm about to show y'all. And then the one that I like to use for like my clients that have coarser, thicker texture is this Babyliss flat iron. And honestly, I don't really recommend people that aren't professionals to get this flat iron, because it does get really, really hot and you have to be careful. And I only do one pass on my clients because I just don't want to like give them heat damage or damage their hair. But this is the one that I use for if I just like blow dry my client's hair and I want to give them some curls with the curling iron, that sort of thing. But I like to use this one for coarser hair, and then I like to use the other one for people that have like finer texture. And then the hot comb that I'm using, y'all, like I can't use the stove no more, so I've transitioned over to the electronic hot comb. So I use this one, and it's by Andis, and I got this on Amazon. It wasn't super expensive. I feel like it might have been like $30, but it's really, really good. Once you temper it, which means like it starts to get like brown and stuff like that, that's when it starts to work like really, really well. And then if I don't use my hot comb, I'll just use my smaller flat iron. And this one is my pencil flat iron. As you can see, it's like really, really small. And this one is Red by Kiss, and it's their titanium styler. And I just like to use this on like the edges, or if you have clients that have like shorter hair, this flat iron is good for that as well. And I think that's it. Oh, brushes. I just keep adding on. You see how I just keep adding on? Because I want y'all to know, I think it's really important for people to know how to take care of their hair at home, even if you can't go to a stylist, because you know, like, the economy is a little crazy right now. So I just feel like if I could help y'all, then you know, when you come in and do get your hair done, your hair will still be healthy. You know, we helping each other. Okay, so in terms of brushes and combs, the first one is my Aveda paddle brush, and I went to Aveda, so I had this paddle brush like when I started cosmetology school. Not this one in particular, but this brand. And then like, you know, after a while I had to throw it away, and I stopped using it, and I was like, something is different. But I recently like repurchased it, and I'm like, yeah, it never steers me wrong. Like, I love this brush. It's so good on all different textures, and I love it. The next one is my unbrushed brush, and it's really good for detangling. Like, it speeds up the process so much quicker. I used to use like other brushes to help detangle, and it works, but this one I've noticed like really, really does cut the time in half, and I would highly recommend. The next products are from a brand called YS Park, and I love their stuff. I believe they're a Japanese brand, but like, they're really, really good. So my cut comb is by them. And then also I always use like their rat tail comb. And then for like getting like the roots of my clients when I'm blow drying, I like to use their, I guess this is like their sort of Demon brush. I can't remember what it's called. Don't be judging me because it's a little hit, but It really works, and I like to like smooth the hair with this one because it really gets the roots smooth. For my finer hair clients, sometimes I'll round brush them, and when I do round brush them, I like to use my Ibiza brush, and it looks like this. And this brush is a little pricey. I mean, honestly, a lot of my tools are really pricey, and when you think about it, that's why sometimes I know like people are like, oh, these hairstylists are charging so much more now, yada yada yada. But like the price of our products is crazy. Like I really like this brush. It's my tried and true. Works great. I use it on like my curly hair finer clients, like if I want to give them a blowout, and yeah, it's great. And then I forgot to mention in terms of hot combs, my curling iron. I do have this T3 curling iron, and I actually found this at Marshall's, y'all. Hello, okay, we love a deal. But this works really well. I actually don't really use curling irons that much because I tend to curl with my flat iron. But if I do, I use my T3, and it's really great. That's my mom's timing for her hair color. But yeah, those are some of my favorite products that I like to use in the salon. I'll put a link where you can purchase them, and you can also check them out on my Amazon storefront. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you next time.